I recently shared my 7 favourite craft beer bars in Saigon, and then I decided to put my money where my mouth is because a few people suggested it, and we're actually doing a craft beer crawl today. I can't believe this amount of people came out. We are very top heavy in bearded men.
Vietnam's a massive beer drinking country. It's been an evolution to get locals to switch over to craft beer. We're doing a fucking pub crawl on a Saturday in Saigon. I try to inspire people, that's all.
Doing a fantastic job.
Thanks, man.
I'm finally recording. I had to go home to get the SD card because I was that prepared. That's what happens when you stay out till 4:30 in the morning watching Scotland get absolutely gubbed by Germany 5-1. Welcome to another episode of a Vietnam podcast. This is a very, very different type of episode that we're doing. I recently shared my 7 favourite craft beer bars in Saigon, and then I decided to put my money where my mouth is because a few people suggested it, and we're actually doing a craft beer crawl today of the 7 places that I suggested. So we're starting here in Two Guys Belgian Fries in Thanh My Loi. I can't believe this amount of people came out. So we have with us Jack, Mischa, Tucker, Adri, Tao, and Seamus. I thought it was just going to be me and Adri, so this is actually awesome. And it's not a complete sausage fest, which is pretty incredible as well. We have 2 females with us, so that's amazing. But we are very top heavy in bearded men. There's a lot of beards here, which is normal for craft beer as well. And I'm not going to lie, if I could grow a beard, I would probably have one as well. What about you, Jack?
I'm not rocking the beard, but, I'm enjoying the beers, having a good time. Looking forward to all the stops today.
If you could grow a beard, would you grow one?
Tough question. I'm going to go with yes.
A little bit tired, a little bit hungover. But we're getting started on the blondes, which is what I suggested. Then we got some Duvels. We're going to be recording throughout the day. I'm going to hand over to Jack and Mischa, and you guys can tell us what your thoughts are on the day and the craft beer scene in Saigon.
It's an interesting time for the craft beer industry in Vietnam. Obviously, coming out of lockdown, things are pretty tough all over for everyone. We're still feeling the effects, frankly.
Yeah. But
it's nice
sounds like East-West, you guys are opening a new production facility?
Well, that's it. A lot of breweries are full steam ahead. Let's go. Let's keep building.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, pour one out for Fur Brew. I think they were the first big closure, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because Thomas Bilgrim's a lovely guy, and he was an asset to the community. But if that was the best decision for them to close down, and he's obviously moved back to Denmark now, and I still see him on social media with a great big smile on his face. So, I hope he's happy, and I hope we don't have too many more breweries closing down. But yeah, it was obviously, I think everyone in the industry would agree that pre-COVID, it was getting a little bloated. There was way too many local breweries for a country of this size, and frankly and sadly, I'm surprised that more breweries haven't closed already.
Sorry, it's not as much a country of this size as much as the market that doesn't exist here yet.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Obviously, those of us who live here know that Vietnam is a massive beer drinking country. Like per capita, I think it's top 10 still.
Yep.
I always bring this up. In Korea they drink soju, in China they drink baijiu, in Vietnam they drink beer. They have local rice wines here, but it's a beer drinking culture and community.
For sure.
But yeah, obviously craft beer is it's more expensive. It's on the higher end, so it's been an evolution to get locals to switch over to craft beer. But it is also heartening to go to a lot of local craft breweries and seeing how many Vietnamese customers they have. It's not just tourists and expats anymore.
Yep.
So the market is returning to a good level, and that's even without tourism really coming back yet. So I think all of us are bullish that this thing's still going to go really well, but obviously having a more robust tourist economy, which Vietnam has historically been very dependent on, will go a long way towards buoying the success of a lot of local craft breweries.
Yep, fair enough.
But yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm a little analytical and methodical. Let's have some fun. We're doing a fucking pub crawl on a Saturday in Saigon. Starting out here in Thanh My Loi because this is the closest place to where Niall lives. But we're going to D1 soon. We got a lot of great stops planned. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the day. I can't wait to see how this podcast is going 4 stops from now.
Absolutely. I think I might go ahead and take this opportunity to order another 10% triple hop Duvel.
Yes!
Thanks for the inspiration, Mischa.
I try to inspire people. That's all. That's I feel
doing
like,
a fantastic job.
Thanks, man. I feel like at the end of the day, that's the biggest part of my job, is to inspire people to drink more craft beer.
So we're finishing up at stop number 1. I don't know if I actually explained all the places that we're going to go to in the beginning. So we're going to go to, we're starting off at Two Guys Belgian Fries, and I could hear Mischa dissing my choices. It was absolutely because I live around the corner from it. They do have craft beer. I can't remember who makes it. They have their own blonde and their own black, and we come here pretty often. It's a pretty nice view on the canal. As lots of people like to call it a river, but it is a canal. We're going to go from here to Mixtape because I get a free beer every time I go there because I want free beer for a year. The beer is also good as well. Then we're going to go around the corner to Brick and Barrel. We're going to get one of those buggies, and we're going to go to Pasteur Street on, and I can never remember, is it Le Tanton or Le Tutrong? Le Tutrong. And then we're going to go down to Heart of Darkness. Hopefully they'll give us some free water, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's not just Heart of Darkness. I give them shit for it, but I don't even think you get free water here. I'm not sure. Then we're going to go to Seven Bridges on Hai Bai Trung, and then we're going to finish at Malt. That is the plan. But as I mentioned, we have a lot of beards here today, but I want to hear from the ladies. So we have 2 ladies with us right now. We have Adri and Tao. So I'm going to pass it over to these 2.
Tao, what did you think about the fries that you had, the loaded fries?
Food is so good, and the beer is also so tasty. The people here is so friendly, it's so interesting to talk with everyone.
Tell us about when you arrived. You were bullied into drinking.
What I drank? You mean?
Yeah, you were bullied into drinking a beer because you were drinking coffee before.
I'm so Vietnamese, to be honest. So when I come here, I order coffee, and the people like here were dissing at me, so I ordered the beer. So they say the book roar started.
Those people were Mischa and Alex, I presume.
Yeah.
And did Jack also bully you, or was it mainly Mischa?
All of them.
Oh, all of them. Okay, of course. They all bullied her into ordering a beer. What beer did you have?
This is like a raspberry beer. Yeah, this is not very strong. It's suitable for women.
Would you order it again?
I think I'm gonna order again.
And what do you think about this area?
This area is so interesting. It's very greenery, and it has a river. It's very windy and very cool, and it's just like very vibrant. Lots of businesses around. Yeah.
Would you recommend people that live far away from Thanh My Loi to come visit us more
I
often?
think they should. They should move here, to be honest. It's a very good place. This is so good place to move to this place. Like, as a foreigner, I think, yeah, you should move here. It's like, I think this is a little bit far away from the center, but this is so good to stay here.
You don't have to move. You can just come visit us, come out here, have some fries and beers, and we try to tell our friends to come to Thanh My Loi more often, but they're like, oh, it's so far away. It's not really far, right? And it's worth the effort, I think. Take it from Tao, because she's a tour guide.
I think you should come here to visit, also to hang out around. This is also very good areas. It takes around only 15 minutes to go here. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back, I think.
Yeah. We'll make it the new Tao Dinh. You don't have to go to Tao Dinh where it's too busy with people.
No need Thảo Điền, no need An Phú, no need District 7. No need Thanh My Loi.
You heard it here first.
We're gonna go to the next place. Yeah, and we're gonna show you more beers, also the experiences of that place. Woo!
All right, we're getting the bills here. We're moving on. We're going to be I'm on drink number 2. I've got Seamus with me here from Seven Bridges, which was one of my recommended bars. Started out in Da Nang, and it's called Seven Bridges. You can explain the name and the background of Seven Bridges and how it got to Saigon.
Seven Bridges Brewing Company, the name came from one of our investors who was making a presentation to Da Nang government and said, oh, blah, blah, blah. Da Nang, the home of Seven Bridges, or founder CEO kind of looked up and went, that's not right, there's more than 7 bridges in Da Nang. However, it's a great name for a company. And that's how the name of Seven Bridges came to happen. In terms of how we came to Saigon, we opened in taproom in Da Nang in 2017. 2019, we opened a location in Hanoi. 2020, we opened in An Bang and Hoi An, which is no longer there. And then in 21, we opened our first location in Le Tan Ton, just as the fourth wave of COVID broke out. So instead of opening in July, we opened in December. We've had that for about coming up to 2 years, and then we opened up our second location, which is on Dong Du in Saigon, so about a couple of 100 meters from where we currently are, and yeah, that's it.
Now you can tell you speak Northern Vietnamese because you said Dong Du, and I would call it Dong Yu.
I used to live in Quang Binh province for 7 years, where I've learnt my Vietnamese, so I speak a very terrible dialect of Hue Vietnamese that very few Vietnamese can understand. However, the same bunch of foreigners that speak this terrible dialect of Vietnamese that I speak understand me perfectly.
Now, I love, how many bridges are there then in Da Nang?
Major bridges, 11, maybe 12.
So, I didn't realize this. 7 bridges, I thought called 7 bridges because there's 7 bridges in Da Nang. There's actually like 11. Well, and then, and then their name is 7 million bikes, which I've been telling people for years. I read this article where there was 7.4 million motorbikes at the time, and then I found it. Well, it was 7.3 million at the time, so I was a little bit off. But the thing from the beginning people said to me was, oh, what happens when there's 8 million bikes? Are you going to change the name? And I was like, no, the name is set. It's not going to change every year.
A Tribe Called Quest had a song, 8 Million Stories, about 8 million stories of people that lived in New York City, and then New York City got bigger and kind of evolved to like 9 million people, and but they're not gonna change that. It's 8 million stories. That's how it is. That's like,
Dan, you're not going to rebrand to 11 bridges, are you?
No, the name will stick. Seven is a lucky number in Vietnamese culture as well. Things will change. Things will evolve. The name stays the same.
All right, we're going to pay our bills here. We're going to move on to our second location. We will see you soon. Cheers.